Hey there, X-Men fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hasbro's Marvel Legends Iceman figure, the new 2016 line of X-Men Legends. Old Bobby Drake here has been around since the original X-Men. He was in the very first lineup. Packaging is pretty basic, some more cool artwork. Again, I like the yellow styling. On the back, we've got all the other figures in the wave, a nice pose of Bobby. And then, let's see, Iceman keeps his cool in battle with his ability to turn water to ice and freeze his own body to temperatures below zero. So, if you didn't know much about Iceman, there you go. Like I said, not much to say about the packaging. There's no credits or anything. You can see everything in the box, and I do like the yellow background much better than the Spider-Man backgrounds they've been using lately, which are kind of drab and gray or white. It almost looks like there's no card insert. So, yeah, let's get this guy open and see what he's like. Here we've got Bobby out of packaging, and this is a pretty slick looking figure. I dig it. Before we look at him, we'll look at the only accessory in the box. This is the, let me get the light a little better here. The Juggernaut left arm Build-A-Figure piece matches up with Kitty Pryde's right arm very well. Good articulation, and as I said, we'll go over it a little bit more in the Juggernaut review. So, but yeah, it looks good. The little paint detailing and stuff is looking sharp on that. I can't wait to get them together. Now, Bobby here is based on, I believe, the Spider-Man buck, the new Spider-Man that they just came up with, what, I guess within the last year. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was released, but it does have a lot of new pieces. So, in addition to the new head, which looks really good, it's got, if you can see, it's a lot of little, sort of like crags and stuff. Like, it looks like it's made out of solid, sharp pieces of ice. Similar to what they did in the, I think it was in Age of Apocalypse when they were messing with that, and then also afterwards whenever he was involved with White Queen, and she unlocked some elements of his powers to make him more powerful. So all the new pieces have that quality, that very like iceberg look to them. See, this is a new back piece, which is removable. Fits into the stand, like the figure stand hole on the back. And then also on the hands, we get it on the new forearms, the hands themselves, and then on the calves. And then the feet are actually just bare feet. They are not sharp or angled in any way. Well, maybe a little, yeah, actually a little bit. Yeah, you can see it kind of there. There's a little bit of some angular action to them, but I think there's probably, it's slight enough that they could put that on another figure and you wouldn't really notice if they wanted to like have flesh feet. So, as I said, it's built on the Spider-Man buck, and it doesn't appear that there's any kind of extra paint detail anywhere on the figure except for the eyes. There's white paint for the eyes, and that is it. I don't see anything anywhere else, no spray or anything. But it still kind of works because it's Iceman, and they're going for that kind of translucent quality to him. So, you know, I'm okay with it. But if you're looking for value and, you know, paint is important to you, that might be something that turns you off, which I get. I mean, they've been doing that kind of frosted look with some of their characters. They did it with the Vision and the 3-pack. So that might be a little bit of letdown to some people, but I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't bother me. As far as articulation, we've got a nice ball-jointed head. Very good range there. It's also hinged. Goes down that far and back that far. So even if he's looking straight forward like that, he can still, yeah, I mean, like if his body is horizontal, he can look straight forward. Very cool. He's got hinges in the shoulders from the Spider-Man body, which is very awesome because he can do cool ice poses, you know, get his arms all the way in there and everything. Very, very neat. I like that a lot. Swivel hinges in the shoulders. Shoulders go up to about there, and then of course go all the way around. The back piece here hinders articulation. Well, it doesn't hinder it. It just kind of, if you watch, it just kind of pops it back, and then it pops back into place. So it's not an issue, but it does actually get in the way of the arm moving around. Swivel above the biceps muscle. We've got double hinged elbows. First point will get you a pretty solid, almost 90 degrees, which is nice. And then the second point gets you all the way up to where he can touch his face. Oh, it's so cold. Yeah, so same thing for his other arm. It's got the same range. In the hands, we've got our hinge here, and then a swivel that goes all the way around. Mid torso hinge. It goes very far forward, which is very nice. It goes pretty far back too. I like it a lot. And then swivel action right there. We've got ball jointed hips, which go out about that far, go forward about that far, and then if you allow it to spin out, it goes out even further. So very impressive range there, but it doesn't go back very far at all. Swivels on the tops of the hips, which are very tight. Double hinge knee, 90 degrees at the first point. Second point takes you all the way back to there. We've got a lot of motion right here. If you see this part of the ankle goes all the way around, so you can get the foot pretty far forward on this figure, which is great for crouching poses, you know, one leg in type of pose. That's always really cool. So I dig that, and it goes back almost perfectly down. And then in addition, we have a swivel there as well. So yeah, very, very cool, very posable figure. The only thing that I'm missing is the same thing that I'm always missing, I know, is the swivel in the boot. I just like it. It makes it a lot easier to pose and to balance your figures on a shelf. You can get such cooler poses when you do that. So yeah. So there's not a lot to this figure. There's a lot of new parts, and I'm not sure where all they're going to be reused. I'm sure people have ideas about where they're going to be reused later on down the line, but I don't really know off the top of my head what it could be for. Because they wouldn't just make new parts just for Bobby, because he's not that popular of a character. I mean, people like him, but this isn't going to be selling the wave. So I'm curious about that. Now, you may be able to tell that there is a little bit of a difference between the plastic quality, or between the color, I should say, between the plastic types. So this is the harder plastic, and then this is the softer plastic. And the softer has a little bit more of a bluish quality, and this has a little more of a greenish quality. And it's only on the harder places and the softer places. You can't really tell, like, in the hands or anything like that. Like, everything else matches up very well. It's just those particular places. And it's not super noticeable in hand. It's magnified by being under the lights and everything. But just so you know, so you're aware. And again, if they had done a white spray, that might have made that a little bit more, or a little less noticeable. So in terms of height, we have Bobby coming in right at 6.5 inches tall to the top of his hair. And compared to other figures in the line, he's a little bit taller than our female buck, and even a little bit taller than our male buck, the Bucky buck, which I think is really interesting because from the shoulder height, he's actually shorter, but because his head is propelled a little bit farther into the air, he actually makes him a little bit taller, and in addition to the hair itself, because Machine Man here doesn't have any. And then this is just the teenage body. So just to give you an idea of how tall, he's about 6.5 inches. So again, it's up to you how you feel about scale issues. I'm cool with it. I think it looks great, but you know, for those who are interested. So all you get in the package is this figure and this Build-A-Figure piece. You can kind of count this as an accessory, I guess, the back piece, but it's really not a lot for your $20. As I said, this is not the figure that's going to be selling the wave. Most people are probably going to get them just to get this. It's still a great action figure. It's really cool. The one thing that I think would have really made it great would be some new ice effects, some new power effects. Even if they had just repurposed some of the old ones and just made them, you know, clear or like blue or something, that would have been really neat. Ultimate, of course, would be his ice sled. That would be really cool to have in here. But as he is, he does feel a little bit light for the $20 price point. But like I said, he's still a really good action figure. I still say he's a pickup, but I am also an X-Men fan. So he's kind of a no-brainer for me. But yeah, that's it for this review. It's a real quick one. So if you have any questions or comments, please hit me up in the box below. I'd be glad to discuss any of this with you. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.